Do you know what this is? Now, it's possible that I'm the only dingus in the world who had no idea what this was, but I'm willing to bet that a bunch of you are like I was, and maybe to you it just looks like some sort of weird fancy lettuce. That's what I thought it was. Thing is, if you try making a salad with it, you will be bitterly disappointed. And I mean that quite literally. It's very bitter. About a year ago, my wife Ava introduced me to this vegetable for the first time, which I had never eaten before. The name was vaguely familiar to me, but I didn't really know what it was. I'd never eaten it before. And let's just say I quickly became a fan. It's in season now here in southern Italy, so we've been eating quite a bit of it recently, and I thought it'd be fun to share a few of our favorite recipes with you guys. If you do know what it is, you'll have some new dishes to try, and if you're a complete uninitiate like I was, well, then we hope to convince you to give it a shot. Okay, so for those who, like me, are unfamiliar or were unfamiliar with this vegetable, do you want to explain what it is?
This is what in Italy we call scarola, that in English should be escarole. It belongs to the family of the lettuce, but while the lettuce is very, very sweet, and you can make a wonderful salad, this is very, very bitter, but we can do amazing things with this, if you know how to cook it. For the first dish, I'm going to show you one basic way in which we cook the escarole here in the south of Italy. It's a very simple dish and it will be an amazing side dish for your lunch or for your dinner. The first thing that I need to do with the escarole is to take out this part. You just cut it. Then check on the leaves to see if there is maybe one leaf that is, I don't know, a little bit more black or not good to eat. We have two kinds of escarole. One like this that we call curly escarole, scarola riccia, and the other one that we call scarola liscia, which means with straight hair. Because I'm a curly girl, I prefer the curly one, but you can use both without any difference. Obviously, with any kind of vegetable, you need to wash it under running water. When the water is boiling, you put the salt, and we are going to boil our escarole for about 5 to 7 minutes. Now that the escarole is boiled, we need to cook it in a pan with garlic, capers, spicy pepper, anchovies and olives. We need at the beginning a very low heat for a reason, a specific reason, because we put the anchovies, and if we cook it on a very high heat, the anchovies will splash everywhere. So we need the anchovies melt on a very low heat. Once the anchovies are melted, we are going to add raisin and pine nuts. And last but not least, our main ingredients, which is the escarole. We partially cover and we keep cooking it for about 10 minutes or until all the water is evaporated and the escarole is very, very tender.
It's funny going from not knowing what a certain vegetable is at all to being really excited to eat it.
The escarole is an amazing ingredient, but you need to know how to cook, because if you don't know how to cook, it can be very, very bitter.
Well, this is a really good example of how just with a very simple recipe, I mean, it's super easy to make. You don't even need to measure anything.
No.
You just kind of add things to taste. But this combination of flavors into something really, really good.
Let's see how it came out this time.
Buon appetito!
Appetito.
This is now a dish that we eat at least a few times a week.
At least 2 times a week.
Maybe more.
It's so satisfying, so good.
It's obviously a very bitter green, and so what works really well with this is that you pair it with some really powerful flavors. Anchovies, olives, capers, all these very sharp, pungent flavors.
And also the raisin that cut the bitterness of the escarole a little bit.
Yeah.
It's so good.
It makes a very bitter green, fit really well. It just all fits together so well. And it becomes kind of creamy and
tender.
It's really hard to describe the taste of escarole if you've never had it before, because it's similar to things like spinach or Swiss chard. That's the closest thing you could compare to, but it just has its own
flavor,
unique taste that is really hard to describe, which is why you should try it.
I could eat kilos and kilos of escarole.
Speaking of which, why did you serve just this tiny little plate of this? I could eat a lot more of this.
Because Harper, the next dish, it can be a complete meal. This is a side dish, but the next dish can be a complete meal, and I need what I've left in the pan to make this complete meal.
I think I know what you have in mind. But first, a quick word about today's video sponsor. Ava and I love to travel, and if you do too, then for sure you've been in a similar boat where you go to a foreign country and you need to figure out how to get data on your phone. You can go into a cell phone store, perhaps stumble your way through a language that you're not very familiar with, and try to get a cell phone plan, but it comes with a bunch of strings attached.
Okay, well then you want the Simply Everything plan.
Okay.
There's also Simply Everything Plus.
You get a SIM card, you gotta find that little tool to pop the little tray out of your phone. It's a pain, and that's why most people choose to just use their existing provider, accepting the outrageous roaming fees that come along with that.
It's just a one-time fee that you pay annually.
There is a far better option though, and that's UBG. UBG is an app that provides flexible data plans using eSIMs. An eSIM is an electronic SIM card, which means it's not a physical card. You don't need to pop any tray out. You just set it all right up in your phone. It takes seconds. And just like that, you have data wherever you need to go. They offer customized plans that fit your needs. Say you're visiting one country, Italy, you can get a data plan that covers you in Italy. Or maybe you're going on a tour of all of Europe. You need data on all of Europe. They've got you covered. There are absolutely no strings attached. You're not committed to some sort of plan. And anytime you want to top up, it's super easy. You don't even need Wi-Fi or an active data plan to do so. Now you can surf the web, check messages, emails, use your GPS to get around a new city. Don't put up with expensive roaming charges anymore. Click the link down in the description below to download UBG today and use promo code PASTAGRAMMAR for 10% off your eSIM data plan. A big thank you to UBG for sponsoring this video.
For the second recipe, we need to make a dough that we will use to reuse our leftover escarole. Here I have some bread flour, and what I'm going to do is to add a little bit of yeast and a little bit of sugar. I'm start adding the water, and with a spoon I mix. Now we can switch from the spoon to your hands, because this is not a recipe of hands off. We can add the salt, and I'm going to add the last part of the water. When you form a very rough dough, we need to cover it with a towel and wait for about 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, it starts to actually develop the gluten, because as you can see, it's already changed all the consistency. And now it's time to add the last ingredients, which means the olive oil. As you can see, the dough absorbed all the olive oil. Put back in the bowl, cover with plastic paper and let it rise for about 2 hours and a half, 3 hours. Let's say that it needs to at least double in size. Not inside, inside.
Also inside.
Also inside, yes. The dough should look like that.
Super bubbly and amazing.
Like always, Harper. I would say like always.
Don't get cocky.
Don't get?
Cocky.
What does it mean? So we take a baking tray, we pour a little bit of olive oil. With a brush, we spread the olive oil all around the baking tray. So we pour some semolina flour on a cutting board, and I'm going to use semolina flour because the dough doesn't absorb suddenly the flour, and we're going to place our dough on the semolina. We give this a shape like that. And we cut this into parts, one a little bit bigger, one a little bit smaller. And with a piece that is a little bit bigger, we start to spread it. I'm going from the inside to the edges. We place this on the baking tray. It's important that you create also edges.
Kind of a lip around the side.
See, because this will be our box for the escarole.
I was about to ask when the escarole was going to come into this.
Now, Harper, this is the same escarole that we made before. So we are going to use the same exactly recipe to do our stuffed thing with escarole.
Yeah, don't forget all those goodies and treats.
No, absolutely. And now with the other part, we need to cover it. And then we need to close it. Now we cover with a towel and we wait for about 20 minutes. In the meantime, we can get our oven ready, which means that we need to set the oven at a temperature of 220 degrees Celsius.
20 minutes later.
And what we need to do now is spread some olive oil on top. We can use a brush. With a scissor, we need to make some hole. And we bake it for about 25-30 minutes, it depends from your oven. It looks how it should look. Wonderful. We need to wait to enjoy it because this is a dish that needs to be served warm, not hot, or warm or at room temperature. So we need to wait.
I was hoping you would make this today. This is something that I see all the time. Every time we go to Naples, you'll walk by shop windows and they'll have, well, kind of like this, stacks of this. What do you even call it? I don't know the name.
Pizza di scarole.
Pizza di scarole.
This traditionally was served for Christmas Eve. Now, because it's so good, why just for Christmas Eve and not all year round, at least when escarole is available?
I have had this and seen it many times, but this is actually the first time Ava's made it for me. So we'll see if it lives up to what you'll find in the streets of Napoli.
Buon appetito.
Buon appetito. High five.
It's so good.
There aren't many vegetable pizzas that can be that good. Like without any cheese or anything. It's just like, it's greens, but it's so phenomenally good.
Because those greens are phenomenally good.
It's so rich and creamy and the taste is so powerful. Like that's all you need. Just good dough and escarole.
Also, this is, okay, I know that a lot of kids, or people in general, maybe they don't really like vegetables. This is a wonderful way to serve them more vegetables. Who says no to a piece of pizza?
Yes, that is a good way to get people to eat vegetables. Is stuff them into a pizza.
It tastes Christmassy.
It does?
Yes, it doesn't to you?
No, but I also did not grow up in a place where Christmas means escarole and anchovies and raisins and pine nuts. That might be a cultural thing. For me, Christmas is peppermint.
For me, Christmas, this is one of the flavor of Christmas.
Ugh, super delicious, amazing. Now we could stop here. Or are we going to? No, because we need to get to the very first dish, the very first escarole dish that you made for me to introduce me to this vegetable. And I'm warning you guys, it's kind of a weird one.
So, for this dish, the first thing is that we need the whole head of the escarole. We just take out the external leaves, just to be sure that it's all cleaned. I need just to take a little bit this out, but not too much because remember, we need the whole head of the escarole.
Meaning like you need it all in one
Yes, in one piece.
Very important for this.
And we go and wash it under running water, but be gentle and be very careful because we need all of it. In this pan, we are going to cook the condiment for our escarole. And we need very familiar ingredients, which means olive oil, garlic, capers, olives, anchovies, raisin, and pine nuts. And I'm also going to add some black pepper. On a very low heat, I'm going to cook in this until the anchovies are all dissolved.
So this is literally the secret sauce for escarole, huh?
I would say that actually this is the secret sauce for everything because it's so good. All those combinations together, they are wonderful. Now that the anchovies are completely dissolved, we are going to add a little bit of breadcrumb. We toast the breadcrumb just for about 1 minute, 2 minutes in the pan, and we turn off the heat. We need to let this cool down a little bit because the last ingredients we are going to add is grated pecorino cheese, and we don't want the cheese melt in the hot mixture with the breadcrumb. And now it comes the fun part, because we need to stuff the escarole, which means that we need to pour all this gold inside of it.
So yeah, you're literally just spooning that in between all the leaves,
Yes.
right?
If you are losing some piece, please inside again. Like all this, it doesn't go to waste.
And this is the part where normally I need to step in.
Yes.
So basically, what we need to do is tie this thing up so that everything stays inside. And it is a little bit easier if you have an extra hand to hold the escarole while the other person ties it.
I'm not tying it in a particular way. I'm just trying to keep it closed and together.
Beautiful. And now we go play football with it.
To cook our escarole, you need, in this case, a wok, a very deep pan, because the escarole needs to fit all in. Pour some olive oil, a clove of garlic, and you can leave also the skin on, but before mash it. Medium low heat, and we place our escarole in. We take the lid and we cover. Don't worry if at the beginning it's a little bit, how do you say? Not perfect.
Not fitting.
Because as soon as it starts to cook, the escarole will release the water, so it will be much more thinner. Every now and then we need to turn it so it's all well cooked from all the sides. Just a little bit of salt, and we let it cook until it's completely soft, which means at least 30-35 minutes.
I told you this was a weird one, guys.
Our escarole is done. Turn off the heat, and it's just time to enjoy it.
I told you. Did I not tell you? I know that you're looking at this and going, what on earth is that?
This is called scarola imbuttonata.
Which means stuffed, right?
In Napolitan, Southern Italian dialect. And believe us, because he already had, was his first experience with the escarole, is something that can really change your life.
When I saw that, when you brought out this plate just like this, set this in front of me, I was just like, what is happening here? But then I tried it. And you're probably wondering, how the heck do I eat this?
You use a fork, a knife, you start to
Go to
cut.
town, shall we?
Absolutely.
Okay. Yep.
Buon appetito.
Buon appetito.
Mamma mia.
Obviously, this is very similar in terms of the ingredients to the first dish. The only real difference in terms of ingredients being the breadcrumbs and the cheese. So that's why it's really hard to convey.
How change.
Yes, how
it
different
changed.
this is. Like the first dish is a side dish.
See, it's a
I would eat it
preferred
as a
side dish.
This is like, I'm happy if this is my dinner. Very happy.
But me too, Albert.
This is the problem with this vegetable, is that it's leaving me kind of speechless in a way. Like it's just so hard to explain.
Is something that a person can say, oh, but it tastes like lettuce, or no, guys, it tastes like one of the best junk food in the world.
Yeah.
He never, I don't know, put attention on the escarole because it's a.
Thought it was just weird lettuce.
Yes, I know, that's why. But then he couldn't let it go.
It's not gonna win any awards for presentation, but
But he will win several awards for how it tastes.
whoever was the crazy genius who first thought of this.
Believe me, if someone knows who did this the first time, please tell me, because he was a genius. He was
But also a
genius.
little crazy in a good way. I love this vegetable.
Make the escarole.
I'm curious if you guys can actually find escarole. Let us know in the comments below. We found it in the US.
Yes, it
Again, it was
was
something where I feel like it was always there, but I just never noticed it. But if you look for it, it's there.
until I notice it.
Speaking of unusual vegetable dishes that made me love vegetables more than I ever thought was possible, Donna made a fantastic looking scarpaccia.
So this carpaccia is this flatbread, let's call it flatbread, that is made mostly of zucchini. That is really like I'm eating a piece of pizza, but no, you're eating just a ton of zucchini.
Well done, Donna. It looks good. Glad you enjoyed it. If you want to become a pasta grammarian, just hit that subscribe button. Follow us on social media at Pasta Grammar. And if you try cooking some escarole, tag us in a picture on Instagram or Facebook. All right, guys, we'll see you next time. Ciao.
Ciao.